The main Directorate of Intelligence of Ukraine reported that Russia launched an experimental ballistic missile from the Kedr complex at Dnipro on November 21st. The missile was equipped with 6 warheads, each containing 6 munitions. It reached its target in just 15 minutes from the Astrakhan region, traveling at a terminal velocity of over 11 Mach, 13 km per second, making it 3 times faster than the well-known Kinjal missile.
Це балістична ракета середньої дальності.
This is a medium-range ballistic missile and a potential nuclear weapon carrier. The fact that they used it without a nuclear payload is a warning sign. It's their way of showing how unhinged they've become. By October, they were supposed to have produced 2 prototypes. They may have made slightly more. Thankfully, it's still an experimental prototype and not in mass production.
Putin announced that on November 21st the Federation had struck Ukraine with a new experimental medium-range ballistic missile, which he referred to as Oreshnik.
Заявив, що була застосована ракета «Орєшник».
Putin named the missile Oreshnik, but that's just the name of the research project, it's just a code. The actual system is referred to as Kedr.
The public information about Oreshnik is limited. Some experts suggest it may be a variation of the RS-26 Rubesh missile, but with a different name.
It is possible that the designation Oreshnik could have appeared in working documents related to the development of the product, better known as the RS-26 Rubesh. Such dual-use terminology is quite common in the Russian defense industry. A similar example is the Ha-101 cruise missile, which Russian occupiers also refer to as Product 504, from the Defense Express publication.
Earlier, the Pentagon stated that Russia has used an experimental development based on the RS-26 Rubesh against Dnipro. Accordingly, the missile system Kedr, reported by Ukrainian intelligence, could be a modified version of the Rubesh. Military analysts suggest that the new development under the Kedr program will offer greater mobility, make it less vulnerable to countermeasures.
These missiles approach their targets at extremely high speeds and release multiple submunitions designed to saturate large areas. In theory, such missiles can be intercepted before their terminal phase by systems like the American THAAD, which is capable of intercepting ballistic missiles at range of up to 200 kilometers and altitudes of 100-150 kilometers, Pavlo Narozhny, military expert, in an interview with RBK Ukraine.
The Institute for the Study of War emphasized that Russia's use of experimental ballistic missiles should not deter Western leaders from continuing to support Ukraine.
U.S. Central Intelligence Agency Director Bill Burns cautioned Western policymakers against fearing Putin's nuclear rhetoric in September 2024, describing Putin as a bully who will continue to saber-rattle from time to time, from a report by the Institute for the Study of War.
On November 21st, Putin announced plans for further missile strikes, including on Ukraine's allies, claiming justification due to their support for Ukraine's use of ATACMS and Storm Shadow missiles against Russian territory. The ISV noted that Putin has repeatedly strengthened the harsh relations against the West, particularly in response to the provision of advanced weaponry like missile artillery, tanks, military aircraft, or other tools that enable strikes on Russian soil. Reported by Бастун Катерина Юлія Грановська, UATV News.